from that. Even, you know, disappointing to lose, but it was a rock fight, and, you know, went down to the wire.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll know how much we'll gain from this game for, you know, it could be a few days, could be a week, could be 2 weeks. I think until we get back into practice, until we play again, I don't know how much we'll gain from it. The one thing that I do know is being down 11 to this team on their home floor and having a chance to win the game in regulation, that we can take a lot from. Bigger picture in terms of the result and what happens the next few days in practice and the next game. And we've got an older team, so I'm not concerned with how we'll respond. But to answer your question, a little bigger picture, I think we'll need a few days or another game or before we know what this one means.
Historically, it seems like when they play a team with veteran guards who are real kind of savvy, that's maybe when they struggle the most. Did you feel pretty good coming in with your set of guys?
Yeah, I like our guys a lot. And having Dion and Wes, the two guys that are quick enough to be able to get through the backcourt, get through the press, and create opportunities, and we've got enough guys that can shoot it. And I like the fact that we came in and got off to a great start. You know, guys rose up and made plays and made shots, and we got ourselves out to a lead. So I like our personnel a lot. Yeah, I like our team a lot.
Coach, how much do you think free throws played a factor into your because in the first half you were ice cold and free throws. Second half you got to go in, but second overtime you start missing a few big free
Sure.
throws.
Yeah, I think early, you know, anytime you have an opportunity to get some points on the board, that's a little bit easier against a very good defensive team. And also when you're on the road, you certainly need to take advantage of that if you can. And you know, if in the first half we can go in at halftime with the lead, if you know, if we make a couple free throws. So you know, that isn't something with this team that I really worry about. We've got a lot of guys that shoot the ball well, so I don't think that'll be an issue for us going forward. In this game, it could have helped us.
We don't get to see Wes every night like you do.
Yeah.
Is that the way he plays, or did he take it a little bit more tonight?
Yeah, I would say both of those. He has played. He's been our most consistent guy. We've had a lot of guys play well for us. On most nights, we're playing 10 guys. And different nights, it seems like 3 or 4 kind of different guys will rise to the forefront in terms of how they play, with the exception of Wes and Tuttle for the most part. You know, Wes has been really consistent and played very well. You know, tonight he was able to get downhill against the press a little. I thought in the half court, you know, obviously he really brought us back from that deficit and made a lot of good plays around the rim.
Tuttle went to the bench at the end, ready to come out. Didn't come back.
We had fallen behind by 11, and felt like we needed somebody different in at that spot to stretch the floor a little bit, and used Nate there. I think for a lot of that time, had Nate and Marv go back and forth, Carson. But I didn't feel like he had played that well in the second half, and so I wasn't going to go back with him.
L.A. Cox, I mean, he kind of made it tough on him. Even when he got hurt, he didn't consider going to him in overtime.
No, the group that got us to overtime was going to stay in the game, and that's something. Yeah, you've seen us a lot. You know that if we're in a situation like that, I've got no problem going with guys that in a game that have gotten us to a certain point, whether that's out to a lead or in this case coming back from a deficit and getting us to overtime. No, we were going to go with those guys.
And tonight it was a little bit different. Bohannon was in there. He hasn't been in there in those games previously this year, but just riding the hot hand again.
Yeah, I thought Bo really played well. You know, he had some in the first half, right? You know, he was open in the first half and missed a few, but got himself rallied and knocked him in the second half for us. And when Paul and Bo are in together with either Wes or Dion or both Wes and Dion, with those two guys on the sideline, that gives us two really good shooters. And I felt like in this game we were going to have some opportunities at the rim or on the sidelines. So we went with our two best shooters and our two best ball handlers and threw Nate in the middle to see if we could get back and get it. And we were, as you saw, right, we had either 2 or 3 chances to win the game in regulation.
Were you guys largely unaffected by being ranked?
Yeah, that hasn't had any impact on anything we've done. Yeah, hasn't impacted our practices. You know, we played great at Denver. I know we were 15 of 17 from the field in the first half. Guys were loose. Tonight we get out to a lead. Yeah, it hasn't had any impact on our guys, other than we've played better.
Did that game have an NCAA tournament feel to you?
Yeah, and I felt coming in that's what I was excited about. Looking forward to seeing how our guys respond to this type of basketball game. You know, it's the top 25 or 30 team this year, but for sure a top 20 program over the course of the last 4.5 years. And to have an opportunity to be in here, and they're headed back to the top 25. It won't be long, and they'll be back in there, and that's where they deserve to be. They're terrific, and to do it over the course of time like Shaka has, it's tremendous. So I was excited about that, to bring this team in here and have this opportunity, and I like how our guys responded. I thought they were great.
Quick question on the charge play on West at the end of the
Yeah.
game. Did you think that was a foul? Because West definitely walked up and pointed out.
Yeah, Wes never thinks he fouls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those 50 bang bang.
He never
Did you
thinks
think
he,
that was a foul?
I didn't.
Charge or blocking?
I thought Weber did a good job of getting all the way past. He got just far enough in front of Wes where when Wes went to go and Wes bumped him, that it got him right in the middle of the chest. If Weber had been on his side a little bit, I think it probably goes our way. But I got a quick glance at it when it happened, and it looked like he got there just in time to be squared up to it, to me.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you get to see Matthew out there? The guy you grew up with?
Matthew Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good to,
yeah. Good to see you.
you too. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.